This week is pivotal for the Green Bay Packers, and with 8 draft picks at their disposal, the excitement is palpable, especially as the team navigates the waters of a draft without a first-round selection. Fans, I want to hear from you. Where are you watching from, and what are your thoughts on the upcoming draft? Let's dive into the analysis. General Manager Brian Gutekunst finds himself at a crucial juncture. He has consistently demonstrated his ability to unearth talent later in the draft, which will be especially important over the next couple of seasons. The lack of a first-round pick may feel like a setback, but it also presents an opportunity for Gutekunst to showcase his acumen in roster building. It's time to step up, and he knows it. As we gear up for the draft, let's address some key questions that fans have posed. First up, who are the top 3 prospects that might be perfect fits at the 52nd pick, considering the Packers' draft trends and positional needs? In my view, defensive tackle Domonique Orange, cornerback Julian Neal, and wide receiver Ted Hurst all fit the bill. These players not only align with the team's pressing needs, but also reflect the Packers' drafting philosophy of finding value where others may overlook it. Now, let's talk about the running back position. While Mike Washington Jr. stands out as an ideal fit, I have my reservations about the Packers investing a high pick on a running back. That said, keep an eye on Indiana's Kaelon as a potential gem in the later rounds. He could provide the depth and skill set needed without breaking the bank on a premium pick. Next, we have to consider the strategy. Should the Packers spread their picks across multiple positions or focus on reinforcing their current weak spots? With 8 selections, they have the flexibility to do a bit of both. However, I believe it's wise to target a player at each of the defensive tackle, edge, and wide receiver positions. The depth chart is already tight, making it difficult to justify multiple picks for any single position. Instead, the team should consider adding 2 or 3 offensive linemen and possibly 2 cornerbacks, where they can afford to double down. A pertinent question arises regarding contract extensions before the draft. I don't foresee any imminent extensions. The urgency simply isn't there, and with the front office focused on draft preparations, it's reasonable to expect that discussions regarding extensions for players like Lucas Van Ness and potential deals for Tucker Kraft, Christian Watson, and Devontae Wyatt will take precedence after the draft wraps up. Now, let's shift gears to the linebacker position. With only 3 linebackers under contract through 2027, the question of stability comes into play. However, I don't see a pressing need to draft a linebacker. This position tends to be more replaceable, and with a Jaron Cooper in the mix, the team has a potential standout. There are also cheaper options like Nick Neiman and Christian Welch who could fill out the depth chart. Despite my stance, Gutekunst has shown a penchant for valuing off-ball linebackers, and the interest in prospects like TJ Quinn and Jaden Duggar hints that a late-round selection could be on the horizon. Lastly, there's plenty of speculation around whether the Packers will target a pass rusher at the 52nd pick. While many fans are leaning towards cornerback/defensive tackle, the need for an edge rusher is certainly compelling. Historically, Gutekunst hasn't selected an edge defender in the 2nd round, but this year's circumstances could push him to reconsider. With the departure of Rashawn Gary and Kingsley Enagbare, the Packers' current depth at edge is shaky at best. The pressure is mounting, and the draft could very well dictate whether they strengthen that position. With so much on the line and a wide array of options at their disposal, the Green Bay Packers are at a crossroads that could define their immediate future. As we prepare for the draft, the excitement is palpable, and every decision will be scrutinized. Let's see what Gutekunst and his team can pull off as we transition into the next segment of this discussion on the evolving landscape of the Packers roster. As we dive deeper into the Green Bay Packers prospect for the upcoming 2026 NFL Draft, the stakes are clear. The team has 8 picks but lacks a first-round selection, making their strategy in the 2nd round crucial. The first opportunity will come at the 52nd overall pick, and given the current roster needs, it's essential to explore who could don the green and gold next season. Fans, where are you watching from? Share your thoughts on these potential picks in the comments. First up, we have cornerback Davison Igbinosun from Ohio State. Standing tall at 6 feet 2 inches, he possesses the physical attributes that NFL scouts drool over, especially with his long arms and impressive ability in press coverage. While he shines in man-to-man situations, he does have to refine his game to avoid costly penalties, particularly for holding or pass interference, as he transitions to the NFL. His track record is solid, With 2 interceptions in both 2024 and 2025, Igbinosun could step in and make an impact early in his rookie campaign. If the Packers are looking to bolster their secondary, he's certainly a name to keep an eye on. Next, let's consider Domonique Orange, a defensive tackle who could be a formidable presence in the run game. While he may not light up the stat sheet as a pass rusher, his ability to hold his ground, even against double teams, is noteworthy. At 6 feet 2 inches and weighing 322 pounds, he has the ideal build for a nose tackle in the NFL. However, concerns about his athletic testing and injury history could give the Packers pause. Still, if he checks out medically, Orange could potentially start in his rookie year and significantly strengthen the defensive line. Moving on to cornerback Malik Muhammad from Texas, he's another candidate that fits the Packers mold. With a 4.42-second 40-yard dash, he not only has the speed but also the size at 6 feet 0 inches. His clean play style is particularly appealing. Only 2 penalties last season is a testament to his technique, which is often lacking in younger players. Although he might need some time to develop into a starter, the Packers face increasing urgency at the cornerback position heading into 2027, with only one veteran under contract. Muhammad could be a strategic pick as the team looks to secure its future in the secondary. Lee Hunter, another intriguing prospect, brings a savvy defensive skill set. At 6 feet 3 inches and weighing 318 pounds, he shows good quickness and technique to disengage from blockers effectively. While he managed to pressure quarterbacks in college primarily through bull rushes, he'll need to develop a more diverse arsenal of moves to thrive in the NFL. Like Orange, Hunter's limited participation in combined testing raises eyebrows, but his potential as a run defender makes him a solid candidate for the Packers' defensive line. Finally, we turn to offensive lineman Jennings Dunker from Iowa. Known for his versatility, Dunker has the potential to play tackle, but projects as a guard at the NFL level, exactly what the Packers are looking for. His fierce demeanor on the field could invigorate the offensive line, which has been a significant area of need. While he must refine his technique, Dunker embodies the kind of player that can fortify the interior of the offensive line, aligning perfectly with the Packers' search for strong, multi-position linemen. With these candidates in mind, the Packers have a unique opportunity to enhance their roster, addressing both immediate and future needs. It's essential for the front office to make smart, strategic decisions as they prepare for the draft. As we transition to our next segment, we'll delve into more key developments impacting the Green Bay Packers' journey ahead. As we dive into the final segment of today's discussion, the anticipation is palpable as we approach the 2026 NFL Draft set to unfold in Pittsburgh this Thursday night. The spotlight is firmly on the Las Vegas Raiders, who are expected to make quite the splash with their first overall pick. The consensus is nearly unanimous. Heisman Trophy winner and national champion quarterback Fernando Mendoza is poised to make history as only the second Indiana Hoosier to ever be selected first overall, a feat not achieved since Corbett Davis back in 1938. Now, Mendoza's emergence as a franchise quarterback is a significant moment for the Raiders, but it also raises questions about the league's quarterback landscape. While Mendoza seems destined for the top slot, the next quarterback to follow him off the board might not come for a while. Alabama's Ty Simpson is generating buzz, yet his limited experience, just 15 starts for the Crimson Tide, may leave some teams hesitant. He did post impressive numbers, racking up over 3,500 yards and 28 touchdowns against a mere 5 interceptions. But his dismal performance against Mendoza's Indiana in the college football playoff quarterfinals casts a shadow over his prospects. This brings us to an interesting trivia challenge for fans. With Mendoza's expected selection, he will mark the 4th consecutive quarterback taken with the first pick in the draft. Think about that for a moment. 4 straight years. So, here's the challenge. Can you name every quarterback drafted in the first round since 2000? It's a daunting task, but a fun one that any true football aficionado would relish. As we wrap up this segment, I'd love to hear from you all. Where are you watching from? What are your thoughts on Mendoza and the upcoming draft? Are you as excited as I am about the potential impact he could have on the Raiders and, by extension, the AFC? Comment down below. Now, let's not forget the critical implications of this draft for the Green Bay Packers as well. While we focus on the Raiders and Mendoza, the Packers are in a unique position. With their own quarterback situation evolving, how will they leverage this draft? Will they look to shore up their roster with a defensive piece, or perhaps snag a skill player to support their young quarterback? The choices are vast, and the stakes are high for our beloved Packers. In closing, the NFL Draft is always a time of hope and speculation. As the Packers navigate their path, let's keep our eyes peeled for any moves they might make. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe to catch all the latest updates on the Packers' journey this offseason. Your insights and opinions are invaluable, so don't hesitate to share your thoughts in the comments. The excitement is just beginning, and together, we'll follow every twist and turn as the NFL offseason unfolds.